morning. Just sort of wakens the rider up quite quickly, doesn't it?
And actually, you were like a pouncing cat there for a second. We had to stop you because you were about to leap over. That's how you fix that.
Kill button. No, I've just got to go and hit the kill button in case the guy was having real problems. But no, he's got it under control. He's away now, so that's fine. John Shirt's about to start his bike. John Shirt has ridden the trial many, many times. He, as a younger rider, he was always up in the top 10, so he was one of the riders to watch. He doesn't ride so much now. In fact, I think he really only specialises in riding the 6 days. And as he said a couple of years ago, he takes a little less red wine to drink now. If you notice on the side of his bike, he's also supported by Monavie, so they are putting a lot back into the sport at this point in time, which is good. Number 215, who's just following on from John Shirt, is Jamie Dobb, a former British motocross champion and also a world motocross contender. He's now doing trials for fun, but he's actually quite a good rider. His first Scottish was last year, and he's a good friend of John Shirt, so obviously he rides the gas machinery, so there we are. But what's he on this year? He's on a 4RT Montesa, so he's changed ranks from the gas last year to ride a 4RT Montesa, and he has association with a different energy drink. So there we have it. So keep an eye out.
That's Monster Energy he's associated with,
yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So
we don't mind.
You don't mind?
I don't mind.
So 2 kicks and the Montesa's away.
Yep.
The Montesa's slightly different setup. You know how we were talking about throttle jams?
Yes.
And we seem to have had a plethora of them this morning for some reason.
3 of them.
Now obviously, in the morning here it's been minus a half degree or so. The Montesa, if its throttle is open when you try to kickstart it,
oh no, toolbox has been over.
Just ignore that. What happens is, if you kick over a Montesa with the throttle open, it will not start because the ECU recognises that there's a fault with the machine.
All right.
It's a very smart box of tricks, and what it does is it realises there's a safety problem with the bike, and it will not start. So Montesa riders don't start with the throttle open at all. They just leave the twist grip completely free, and you've got to have a certain amount, so many parts of a millimetre free play on the throttle cable. Okay. Otherwise the bike won't go.
All right.
So there we have it.
I'll just sort you out here.
Have I got a hat put on?
Yeah, you had another hat put on.
I don't know why I've got 2 hats on. Certainly are. Right. Yeah. No.
Oh dear, you're going to go down that road again anyway.
Not even. No, what actually happens with the Scottish 6 days in particular, because it's one of the few motorcycle events that use the public highway, because most motorcycle events are run on either closed circuits or off-road. These bikes qualify for what's known as a daytime MOT, so if they're over 3 years old they're given an MOT, but they're not MOT'd with lights fitted, so as long as the lights have never been fitted to the bike, they're okay. The number plates, over the last few years, Northern Constabulary have been working very closely with the Edinburgh District Motor Club, and they insisted that rear number plates should be visible. And what's happened is the riders now actually fix number plates to the rear mudguards. If you notice, if you have a look at these bikes, if you don't know anything about trials at all, which obviously if you're up here on holiday, you'll find that the back mudguard is pretty level with the ground, so that if you put the back registration number on the mudguard, as used to be the way, a following police officer couldn't read your number plate, and that is an offence. So what they do now is they hang a number plate off 2 bolts and normally a flexible piece of plastic. They're all custom made, they're actually made in this way, and that shows the rear number plate to the rear on yellow material with black digits, which is in keeping with the Road Traffic Act. Other than that, they are MOT-able bikes. I mean, I have several bikes that I've got at the moment that are road registered. They're over 3 years old and they've all got MOT certificates for daytime use only. So if it got really misty or really dark, you can't use them after lighting up time. That is not allowed. So that maybe clarifies that to you.
Okay. Any other questions then? Anything else? No? You quite happy with that? Okay. Thanks so much.
As for the toolbox, it fell over.
Yes, it did. It was like a Texas scramble there. Tools!
Guys' tools all over the car park, so they've tidied that up now.
That situation has been...
I think what he probably did was put his toolbox on top of his bike stand, did he? And it was too high, and the centre of gravity...
I actually think he just knocked it over.
Just knocked it over. Fair enough. Yeah.
He's He's going to come up and see he's about 6'8" and built like a side of a house.
There you go.
Right. What? I've lost track of time here. It's
10:21.
Yeah, almost 10:22.
That's right. Yeah. Almost.
I see the missus.
Shall I have a word with some of the officials here?
Well,
are you going to do something else?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just take over.
No, just ask your permission first. Always ask permission, because that way if you ask permission it's not so bad. Now we have observer number 60 here.
Who keeps running away from you?
Just for a quick chat about
No,
what you
John,
actually do
no,
here.
John, no.
Don't panic. It's not an interview.
Oh, just walked in front of the camera, that's
now
great.
Then,
Yeah.
what is your duties in the car park here? Observer number 60. Presumably you have a name.
I do have a name. Not that I'm going to give it to you.
Alright.
We're just here to make sure they set off on time, that nobody else gets in to work on the bikes that they shouldn't. And basically remember to take all the stuff with them.
Now, the route cards that they use, they've got times on them. Do you have anything to do with that, or is that done by someone else?
All we do is mark their set off time in the morning, and then it's up to them to work out their own times. We don't have anything to do with that.
And what they do is they come back into the car park at night, and there's normally an official here at the car park to take the cards and stamp the time on it, isn't it?
Yes, there is. Yes, there are time controllers who come in the car park, and that's to make sure that nobody speeds coming back from the last section. And then they come right up to Park Fermi, hand in their card, and their official finish time is put on the card then.
Okay, now you've got a Scottish accent, so obviously you must be fairly local, i.e. within about a couple hundred miles of the Fort William. But a lot of the officials come from all over the country, don't they?
Yes, we're very lucky. We're supported from clubs from all around Great Britain. It's very good, the support that we get.
And do you get paid for this?
No, we don't. No, we get a slight discount with our hotel bill, and we get thanks off the riders. A little raffle at the end of the week, and maybe a polo shirt flung in.
And do you have any connection with the trial? Do you have a rider in the trial or anybody associated with the event?
I have somebody who's helps run the event.
What does he do?
At the moment, I believe he's out setting out tomorrow's sections.
There you go. So that's observer number 60, who will remain nameless, here in the car park at downtown Fort William.
Who yesterday was selling merchandise.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
That was the merchandise lady.
Yeah.
She is a lady of many parts.
Many talents.
Yes, indeed.
Even though we don't know her name.
She won't give it.
No. Yes.
Number 60.
Yeah. Not easy to check up on at all.
Is it not in the programme?
It is. Oh, God,
right.
Oh dear. All right. So are the police in attendance for this RTC? Okay. Okay. So please do take care. It's between the BP filling station and... Oh, because if you're heading up towards that Car's Corner there, basically.
Well, actually, that's the route of the trial this morning.
That's the route of the trial,
because
yes.
they're actually going to Lag and Lock. So any spectators, or anybody more importantly following riders around with any vehicles, supporting them, please take care
Please
on
be
the
aware.
82, and that'll be eastbound or northbound?
That would be northbound.
Northbound,
Yeah.
out of Fort William. There has been a vehicle
Whoa.
accident.
Whoa, that bike just flew up there.
Oh, did it start in gear?
Yeah,
All right, or jumped into gear.
jumped into gear and just
Well,
flew up.
that's actually Harry Lampkin. That's the brother of former world champion Dougie Lampkin, who's just sitting behind number 223. So watch out for him. He's got the yellow number board on as well as Michael Brown.
So we were right then. Yeah.
Yeah, there is two
Yeah.
number boards
Yeah,
on
two
it.
number
And
boards.
Dougie Lampkin's just been handed his card by Judy Blythe of the Ripon Motor Club. I can identify these two people because I know them very well. Keith and Judy Blythe have been stalwarts of the Ripon Club for many, many years, and of course they've observed at the Scottish 6 Days trial for more years than I care to remember. So they come up every year from Yorkshire. Keith is a garage owner in a little village called Melmerby in Yorkshire, and his son Stuart Blythe was quite a good rider in his day. He's recently just taken up trials again, and I met him, Stuart, down at the Reef 3-day, Reef near Richmond in James Herriot country, would you believe? I fancy a little holiday down there, you know. I think I'll take my wife down there on holiday.
Is she still there?
She's in need of a holiday.
Is she
She
still
works
there?
very hard.
It's still there.
What's happening? Sorry, Simon?
Would you like a seat or anything? Because he's going to take you away on a nice, luxurious cruise, he just said.
Down to Mill, lad.
Which cruise line are you going to go on for this? 'Cause I just told you you're going for a cruise.
The Reef 3-day trial.
Oh, you can't cruise. Oh,
you can't go cruising.
Why not? You do.
Well, that's true.
Right.
Anyway, Chris Greenwood, number 224, is just about to start on his gas. His bike, actually, believe it or not, this is now its third Scottish 6 days trial, prepared by his father Nigel Greenwood, who was, well, still is a rider of trials bikes, but very well known for having really luscious Honda motorcycles. Nigel rode the Scottish back in the late 70s and early 80s, and on a variety of different bikes, Montesa 200, etc. So Chris is just about to start the gas. No problems with throttles there.
And he's off.
And he's getting ready for his daily run, followed by number
Who's this young fella here?
Yeah, 225 on
Who's
the
got a twin?
Highland Polytunnels Montesa 4RT. Is David Moffat, a joiner from Culloden near Inverness, one of the local riders, member of the Inverness and District Motorcycle Club. He's been, this is now his third Scottish 6 days trial. He's ridden twice before, also on Montesa motorcycles. And David enjoys the Scottish 6 days. It's the pinnacle of his year, and it's now his third. Now, obviously, he's a relative of mine, so he's broken my record of one 6 days trial. And his grandfather, Arnott Moffat, was secretary of the SSU. Grandfather rode the Scottish in 1953 and 1954, finishing both times. So David is out to try and finish this year and make it 3 in a row, which would be nice.
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
Yep.
So he's just getting ready for off.
I'm glad it's not second year.
One kick and the Montesa fires up. So he's away for day 2 of the Scottish 6 days trial.
Enjoy.
2011. Yeah.
There you
So that's the riding company. They've ridden every time in the Scottish. Chris and David have managed to get a ride and get numbers together.
Hang on a minute, Mrs. is saying cheerio.
Oh,
bye-bye.
that's fine. Cheerio.
Bye-bye. We'll see that.
That was a support crew moving off.
Yes.
Nothing to do with me, of course.
Absolutely nothing at all. No.
I'll see them later on, no doubt, I would have thought.
Nothing to do with
me.
me.
I was having a spot of lunch before I go out into the hill, as you know. Have a wee walk up.
Oh, you can have some acai berry with
you. Do you want to know where I'm going today?
Do I have to ask?
No.
You're going shopping?
No. I'm going to have a spot of lunch and I'm going to nip out to Forest Gate.
Yes. You're going to go to Witch's Burn?
I'm then going to hopefully go to Witch's Burn, catch the action there, and then back into the park firm just to make sure if everything's okay.
Okay.
And I'll probably have some Monavie later on, maybe.
Well, let's not forget Wednesday night quiz night. Now, people I've been getting texts in.
Yeah, you
from
have.
People, you have from people wanting to purchase cases.
Local hostelries.
Local hostelries wanting to purchase cases
wanting
of
to
this
actually buy cases of Monavie. So. Yeah, if you want to.
We'll get organised. We'll get the car line later on.
The car line's still, I think, in the car park. Yep.
Yeah.
Commission. Oh, yeah. That as well.
Yeah. Come up for 10:30 on Nevis Radio. Now, what do we have to do? We've got to catch up with a break, or we've got a song, or what have we got? Oh, the choice. Let's have a long break. Let's get rid of it. Let's pay some bills.
Pay some bills?
Yeah.
Now that'll be Vinnie Delaney from Southern Ireland. That's who that is, Vinnie, Vinnie. An old pal of mine. He used to, he hasn't had a ride in the Pre-65 for a couple of years, it's long gone by. But yeah, Vinnie has a very nice Tiger Cub and he lives near Dublin, I think.
See that?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Let's do that break, then come back.